connected to his family, so I think he would like just feel like literally like the years that have passed and like the shadow of everything that has happened to his family in that time, that like he doesn't know exactly what it is, but he's been a prisoner before himself in different scenarios, and he knows it can't have been good.
Yeah. Yeah, you just feel like the weight of all of that, but also like a little bit of like a lift with that. I like this by no means alleviates any of the harm that has been done, but you just feel like very like secure for a moment in your dad's arms as he just like hugs you.
Hmm.
Yeah. As you're there, he like lets go of you and he's just asks you like, "Are you well?"
I think so. um, for now,
You've
for now I am.
grown, you've grown quite a bit. I feel like your axe there. You use that well,
Thanks.
it seems.
Yeah, I really pulled out as a teenager. I don't know who I got that from, but yeah.
Well, and he kind of like does a little flex himself. And he's like, I haven't been just like sitting in there doing nothing. And he does like flex, and you see he's like jacked. Like, um,
Okay.
yeah, I
Yo,
mean,
so
you
who's
definitely like have like size over him. Like you're more well fit from like just being able to functionally use like your strength as well,
Yeah.
but he's not like petite by any means.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think you see your mom just kind of like sitting behind him. She's like looking at you, but not looking at you. Like she can't quite decide like where to like rest her eyes. She's like going from like your face to like the axe to back towards the prison and like just like where you guys are, and just seems very like lost in the moment. Uh,
Oh,
she's crying.
yeah.
Not like a weep, but just like silently has some like tears on her face.
how long has Kardic's family been in prison?
At least like a decade, right? Like,
Very
It's
long
been
been a
a
time.
hot
while.
yeah.
Oh
Like
my
most of,
god.
yeah. um, think I don't. Oh God. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna go. I think sit down next to her, but like a enough distance in between us where I'm not like crowding her space, and just kind of reach my arm out like an offer of like a side hug and see what happens, I guess.
Yeah. I think she just like kind of grabs your arm and like holds your hand and just kind of like leans into you. And she says, I'm so glad you like found us. I'm glad you came. I've missed you so much.
I've been
Um,
looking for you guys this entire time. I hope you know.
I believe it. Not a day has gone by where I haven't thought about you and wondered where you were and what happened to you that day. And I'm glad you made it out, and look at you, you like have your whole crew now. And she like kind of like smiles towards like everybody else. Um,
Julian like has like a very awkward hand up and it's like
Yeah.
Arctic's just gonna kind of laugh and be like, "Yeah, I guess I do. I guess I do have. I kind of found some people, my people."
yeah.
oh shit.
Oh,
You see your little brother walks up to you and just kind of like does like a little like fist bump, arm bump with
Like
you.
daps me up.
Like dap him up, basic. Like no time has passed. It seems like just does a dap up and is like, "Hey, thanks for the save there, man. Like that was slick."
brothers are like equal.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like holding down the fort there, little bro.
Putting in the time. He is not ripped. He's like scrawny little twink. He did not get the like uh filled out muscle jeans, you know.
Crazy.
But he does say like, "Hey, can I play with your axe? Oh, can I see that?"
Oh.
And he's just
I'll
gonna
hand him one of the.
it.
I was gonna say I'll hand him one of the like little hand axes that I have that isn't the huge one.
He's reaching for the huge axe.
All right. Damn, dexterity is not my strong suit, but let's see if I can. Oh, would that be like acrobatics to kind of dodge out of the way?
Are you trying to like stop him from grabbing it, or are you letting him grabbing it and just making sure you don't get hit?
Oh, I'm trying to like sidestep before he can even reach it.
Yeah, give me like a dex check, opposed acrobatics.
Okay. That's an 8.
Yeah, you go to like steps, like try to like sidestep, but you have like a giant axe in one hand and then like your mom like holding onto your arm in the other hand. So it's kind of hard to like move. So he definitely goes to grab the axe. He like goes to pick it up and it immediately like falls to the ground with him. He is not quite strong enough to like pick it up.
No.
Oh, brother.
You hear that happen? And you're like, Jesus fucking Christ, man! How much does this thing weigh?
A lot. I just like
lot,
pick him up
yeah.
and just set him up right.
Yeah. You see your is it younger sister? I think.
I think she's older.
Older sister. Yeah.
Older sister
You
and
see
younger
your
brother, yeah.
older sister like walks up and she has like a little like rag and she kind of like wipes your mom's face, like cleans the tear off, and she just gives you a very like deep hug as well. Yeah, and I think for just a moment it's just like all of you like kind of like sitting together. You see your little brother like gives you a hug too. Your dad joins in. It's just like nice big family group hug for a moment. You sitting there for a second, and then your older sister. Does she have a name? Did we give her a name?
Yeah, hang on. I think I named all of them. Oh yeah, I gave her my actual sister's name. Her name is Divya.
Divya.
Why not?
Divya's like hugging you all and is like, well, we did just like escape prison, so we should probably leave soon and go somewhere that's not the entrance of the prison. Do you guys have a safe place where we can stay for a night while we... I think at that she turns to you guys as like just a safe place we can stay for just a night to figure out what we're doing.
So many caves.
Yeah, I think like Julian. I mean, I don't think they would. I think they could come to his mom's house, right?
Yeah, Julian's mom won't care if we bring an entire prison's worth of inmates to her doorstep. She seems chill.
Yeah.
Oh, just family. Just your family. Like.
All the other prisoners,
Oh, okay.
they dipped. The second they got
Okay,
out,
okay.
they're gone.
That's fair.
They understood the task. You said go, and they said okay, heard.
Yeah. They were given one instruction. It was get out and scatter. They scattered.
Yeah.
Damn, how are they all gonna get back to the surface, though? Not our problem, I guess.
I got you out of prison. Like, the next step is on you.
Yeah.
You figure out a job.
How are we integrate all of these prisoners into
Our
society?
lead. Yeah, so I get you offer your mom's place then?
Yeah, I think Julian steps forward and is like, I'm sure my mother wouldn't mind. I'm also not even sure if she'll be coherent. So, you guys are more than welcome to stay.
Sorry, I don't remember any of these people's names. I'm so sorry. Hold on, let me pull up our text conversation, Jaya.
Yeah.
I was also gonna ask, just like for a quick reminder for us, why were Kardic's parents in prison for a decade?
Great question. I think it was essentially for like squatting, like being on land, trying to basically like Kardic's family would be the equivalent of like the Roma people, or yeah, the Roma people who like go around, Romani people or whatever, like travelers. So they took up occupation in an abandoned place that apparently was not theirs to take up occupation in, and someone got pissed off.
Oh wow.
They've just been in prison for a decade.
Trespassing earns you 10 years in prison. Damn. Okay. Cool. Thanks.
What are the politics of this world?
What politics of this world?
Crazy.
Crazy, yeah.
We don't know.
Do what?
So how are we working to be revolutionary leaders and we don't know?
That's fine. You guys haven't engaged much with like the political schema of like Treth, but like it's there. Yeah, you guys I guess Krishna, Kartik's father, turns to you, Julian, and was like, we wouldn't want to overstep. It would be just for a night.
You are not. He goes like, from the bottom of my heart, you are not overstepping. My mother lives in a like 35 room mansion. You are welcome to stay.
Well, just a night, and then we'll be on our way. Will you show us there?
Yeah, of course. And yeah, I'm just gonna start going to mom's house.
Mom's house. Yeah, so it's you guys, your whole group. Who's with you? Kai's with you. Kartik's whole family. You see the little kid or not little kid, the like young adult. He's probably like, I don't know, we'll say like mid-20s. Younger than Kartik, the one who spit on you is there. And it's just like every now and then like shoots daggers your way. Towards Julian.
Towards me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he still thinks you're. They still think you're like full on a priest of Umberly right now. Like.
Yeah. Can I? As we start moving away, here's what I'm gonna do. As we start moving away, we start going to Julian's mom's house. I think he kind of, once they're far enough away, he takes off his like little like priest cloak that he had over it, and underneath is like another crop top. Like
Default crop top.
he's really liking them so far. He just loves the like freedom of movement. He likes like the like his little cleric robes because there's freedom of movement, but like, you know, they're Umberly, so.
Yeah. Does the top like say anything on it?
Hold on, let me find something.
Great.
Cause he gets these. I imagine Julian's kind of like a dad. He gets these from like the little like tourist shops in the like drow caves or like wherever they're at.
Yeah. Love my slut dad, maybe.
Crop top that says awesome dad.
Tucker, where did that come from?
Please.
Oh no, it's this one. Hold on.
They're selling merch of that, by the way. You can actually get that t-shirt.
That's so incredible. Dimension 20. Bring the wet.
That's what he's got on. It just says like random ass shit, and he doesn't really know what it means, but he thinks it's funny.
It's like when people buy like
Fucking
t-shirts with like
comment,
random
Harley.
Chinese text on them, but it's just
Yeah.
like
That's all like the hat that says "work all day, get no money." Something like that.
It'll say something silly like MILF Hunter on it, and you're like,
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Fish love me, women fear me, or something like that.
Yeah.
Dude,
He's
that
got the
would
one
be
that says
perfect
"bring back
for-
dead."
So
Yeah.
you guys, you disrobe into your little crop top. I think Kartik, Abhishek, and Divya like kind of fall into line with you like towards the back here. And I think Julian, whoever's in the front, I'm assuming Julian's leading, but like Krishna and Hema, Kartik's parents, are like up near the front, like with you and like pointing towards thing and just like asking you about them, like pointing to like the glass ceilings like in the like cave and like, oh, like what's that? Is that the ocean? Is this like, what's this like algae over here? And like just kind of wanting like a little bit of a tour as you guys are like going along.
They're asking me.
Yeah, just like little
Oh.
questions every now and then as they see new stuff for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's like really excited to info dump. Like this is something he loves reading and stuff like that. So like he's like, yeah, this like type of algae is like, and he like says the actual like scientific name and like blah 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 blah, and yeah, the glass ceilings were made 1,000 years before Umberly was queen of the sea. They're made from ancient, what's the word, sand blasted into glass.
Does the algae have any like medicinal uses?
Yeah, I think it helps with healing wounds if you put it on. It kind of cleans and disinfects it for you. It's also medicinal in other ways.
They continue like.
My mother grows them with her crystal jelly.
Oh, I'm excited to meet her. Then Hima says, your mother seems like she must be a very sweet lady.
Yeah, when she's here on this plane of existence.
I think Abhishek and Divya kind of fall in line with Kartik at the back, and are just like very quietly, are we cool with the priest?
Oh yeah, he's he's not exactly a priest anymore. I mean, he kind of is, like, but I don't think he believes in all that anymore. He kind of had like a crisis and all this other stuff happened. Big moment for him. But no, he's chill.
He's
Cool.
And the others, everyone here, will we be safe here for a night?
Oh yeah. These people are all very trustworthy, surprisingly enough.
Surprisingly enough.
Cool. Yeah, you guys get to Julian's mother's house. What is everyone doing here? I think you see on like first introduction, Krishna and Hima go to talk to Julian's mom. What's your mom's name? Sorry.
Oh
Did we
shit.
pick one? I don't know.
We did name her. Hold on.
Goes off to talk to Julian's mom, and you see they're very interested in, like, I guess, Jay, give me a like little like perception or insight check.
Okay. But that's a fucking nat 20. God damn it. Why do I need that right now?
You know, your parents have a very like entrepreneurial, what's the word, entrepreneur spirit.
Oh yeah.
They seem
Damn.
very interested in like the algae growing here,
Really?
like growing here, and like curious about kind of how they can get like involved in the process of helping with that. You overhear a conversation about like just like on their travels, if like maybe like Julian's mom wants to like provide them like a supply that they can help like disperse throughout like the area,
Oh.
for like a
Oh my
little
god.
cash to get on their feet.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know what? Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
What is everyone else up to here?
Can I
Oh.
actually can I make an arcana or some sort of check to see if like what we did actually worked? Like is it actually lessening Umberly's magic? I don't know how I would do that, but
Give me an arcana with disadvantage because you're not really like in tune with her magic anymore. You kind of like gave up the amulet, you're giving up the magic, like
that's true. Yeah, that's a 4.
no idea, man. Yeah. In theory, at worst, you freed a bunch of people who were in prison for things that probably didn't need to be in prison for, and like that's a good task, but you can't like tell if there's anything like magically like based in that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, your mom seems very open to put up Kartik's family here for the night, is even encouraging them like, hey, you should stay longer, like why don't you just move in, like there's plenty of room in the house. Like, very open and accepting host.
Yeah.
What would you guys all like to do? It's probably like early afternoon, I would assume by this point. Getting to be like 11 or 12 the morning. Like, Kardik just had his whole like fiasco this morning with the rage incident. You freed prisoners,
Raging.
like, back here. You know that I don't know how much time we got. We'll say like not tomorrow, but the day after is going to be like that's the day that the council is happening or is set to happen. What would you guys like to do in like the meantime here? I know for like tasky stuff that you were given to complete. What point this? There was talking to the. I think at the council, you guys were all gonna talk to like the islanders, the drow caves, and then like the queen and all of them, like all and kind of like get them all at one time. The other thing was Valkyr, like what your plan was with them. I know Oxen is working on doing like trying to make up like a spell or a ritual for you guys to do what you want with Valkyr. Other than that though, like those are like the big like tasky things. You know, Tides is like out investigating like well where Valkyr went, and then like any like personal affairs that you guys might have. What would you like to focus on in this last like day and a half of time before possibly the end of the world? Or I guess also like, do you guys want to take like a long rest or something too? You did do like a lot today.
We can
Yeah.
just...
I mean, are we gonna have time to take a long rest before this happens? Because I would like to. I'm like,
There's like a day and a half before the council and all that, so like in theory you would have time there.
yeah. I mean, like, I think maybe at this, I don't. How long is it gonna take to sail from the Drow Caves to Treth to get to this council meeting?
With boat up there waiting for you, I'd say probably like half a day to get there.
Okay, so then we'll have like a full day of like what we need to do then.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I've done a lot with Julian, so I'm gonna let some of the other characters. Y'all can decide what you want to do.
Yeah.
What
I
time
think
is it again? I'm sorry.
it's like noonish.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay, okay.
Yeah. So it's still like the day of like your original like
The
rage
prison
and
break.
everything
Yeah.
at all this morning.
Okay.
Um
Damn.
yeah, I guess we can do it this way too. Everyone give me an initiative roll.
Oh.
You're in danger.
Why? That's with Dex, right?
Yeah, Dex and then
We have to roll.
so sorry you have to make rolls in this game. It's really unfair.
That's not what I said. I said, why can anyone pick something? Now we have to roll. Nobody said anything.
It's the proficiency plus Dex, right?
For initiative,
Yeah, or is
No.
it just Dex?
I think let me look.
I think it's just Dex.
Yeah, unless your character, like, there's
Yeah.
a feat you have or something.
Okay.
Yeah, just the D20.
Okay.
Incredible.
Remember what my modifier.
Whoa.
Hell yeah. 13. Cool. I think that's everyone here. Juniper. What is on your mind right now?
Excellent questions. Hi, buddy. Sorry, dog.
It's time.
Kano.
Being a silly boy right now, and he needs to go on, but he won't. Let's see. What is on Juniper's mind?
Yeah.
I think right now, like, they're looking very kind of so relaxed and chilling from their shower. Like, they pulled up, like, they somehow found, like, sun tanning glasses. It's like one of those little flip things. They're just kind of lounging outside. I think they're doing a lot of, like, mental math and calculations and stuff of kind of, like, trying to figure out where they're going to be in best use and kind of just strategizing as much as they can. So kind of figuring out, like, what they remember of, like, the castle and kind of, like, guard rotations and figuring out, like, what to do about tides if they run into her again. How long it would take for Oxen to finish, like, the ritual to bring Valkor back. Just kind of, like, trying to plan for anything and everything while they chill.
Yeah. So you're chilling outside, getting some sunlight in the Drow cave somehow, like, relaxed. Are any of those things, like, priority number one for you, or are you just kind of, like, sitting trying to, like, think everything through in this moment?
I think they're trying to think everything through. I think if there's something that, like, particularly tugs their attention in the moment, like if something like the math that just isn't adding up quite well enough, then they would focus on that. But
For sure. Yeah, so you're thinking through all these things. Oxen seems pretty capable of doing, like, ritual work. I think you come to the probably not much, like, non-wizards can do to help a wizard, like, make, like, new magic. So I think you just kind of have to put trust in, like, hopefully she figures that out, but maybe you can think of some, like, backup plans, like maybe just, like, putting crystal jelly in there and winging it and seeing how it could go might be a, like, backup for you. Thinking about, like, guards rotations and stuff. You know that the, like, council will be taking place on the island with the temple this year, but it does make sense that, like, whatever guard rotation they normally use at the castle will probably, like, swing over to the island. They'll use, like, some kind of, like, modified version of that. As you're, like, really, like, deep in all of this, I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
oh, lovely. Okay. Damn. That's a 7.
7? Great. You take a point of damage as Myrtle, like, jabs a knife into your shoulder and says, "Where the fuck have you been?"
God damn it! No.
Lord.
Whoa!
You see,
Jesus
like,
Christ,
hold out
Myrtle.
another dagger in her other hand is coming down to, like, swing on you again. It's like, you better fucking answer.
Okay. Well, obviously you know where I've been. You found me. Okay.
And what a pain in the ass! What a pain in the ass it is to swim under the ocean to find you, the partner,
I know.
who was just supposed to collect somebody and come back.
So about that, so it turns out that we had a bit of a need of change of plans. And that
Is
brownie
someone,
was.
like, paying more?
Is Kel
mean,
overhearing any of this? Like, where is this taking place?
I think you're outside. So I guess, like, if anyone's in proximity to that, you can give me, like, we'll see, actually. Let's give this a little. Whoa. What's everyone's passive? If your passive is greater than 19, you can hear this.
No.
Okay.
Damn.
Uh,
If you're proficient in perception, then would your passive perception, would you add that? Or
I think you've already added that when
Oh.
you calculated it.
I don't know that it has, but I
You're 16, aren't you?
Yeah.
So then that's the +3 that you have to wisdom, then the +3 that you have the proficiency bonus +10. That's how you calculate passive perception.
okay. Then yeah, I was just curious.
Cool.
to see.
Yes, and I don't think anyone is hearing this go on out there.
So we're all like la 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 la, and Juniper's like,
Yeah. I think Juniper chooses not to draw their weapons, but they go to answer Myrtle's question of like, well, let's see. So, how much does the fate of the world kind of like pay for you?
Well, we collect and sometimes kill people for a living, so I would say it hasn't been too like fortuitous for us.
Gotcha. So think like not great situation right now. Times 10 worse if we had brought in our bounty. Multiple, more than 10. It's like a lot.
What's happening? You see, he like drags the knife out of your like shoulder and kind of like flicks the blood off of it and puts them away and just kind of like sits next to you.
Jesus Christ. That was my favorite shirt, Myrtle.
Well, if you would have collected a bounty, I probably could have gotten you another one. But
oh, damn. What does Myrtle look like?
Juniper, describe Myrtle for us.
Okay, yeah, so I think Myrtle is kind of small, but like I think her personality makes her seem like 10 feet tall sometimes. She's got like really big glasses, secretly very built, just like a mop of curls and yeah. Yeah, exactly, kind of like Atlas. So yeah, she's just a little spitfire, and she means business. So yeah, I think Juniper sits down with Myrtle and kind of spins the whole story, and lets her know what's been going on. For sure, I don't think any secrets are held. Like they had a pretty strong business relationship, but
Yeah. I think as you like, do you just detail like everything that's happened so far? As you start talking, she knows about Sydney, right? Like I'm assuming you've talked to Myrtle about that before.
yeah.
As you get to that part, what pronouns actually does Myrtle use? I forgot.
I think she they.
She, they. Okay, cool. They're like, so you had a vision of the priest you're with Sydney jumping into a pool of water and drowning.
Yeah. So
Do you want
you missed.
him?
Hmm?
Did he kill her?
I don't think so. You were sorry. The vibes of the vision are hard to describe.
Well, it was of your sister
That's a quote.
dying, so I'm sure that's challenging to describe.
Yeah, it wasn't great. I did have a bit of a breakdown after it. I will not lie.
They kind of
But
like,
yeah.
even though they're smaller than you, they like rub your head and like, just kind of like roughhouse you a little bit to like show some like compassion.
They very lovingly like elbow them in the ribs back. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I think everyone is pretty chill. So no need to murder anyone yet, at least while we're here.
Okay. Fine can be alive for now. Thin Ice. And then Umberly's just like Merc on site, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. You get it.
Okay. Do you need help killing the most powerful god in our area, or does your new crew have that under control?
Okay. I sense a little hurt here.
I think you sense a lot of hurt, actually.
Alrighty. I feel like this absolutely deserves a discussion. The world is ending, so we will come back to it. Would you like to help?
Yeah, if you're gonna be killing her, I think that could be interesting to. That'd be a good like. If someone could write you of like the job, I think it would be business to be like Umberly.
Put that on your resume? Yeah, that would be so intense.
It would be booming. Yeah.
We could put that in the business name. God Killers.
There we go. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Rebrand as God Killers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well. Where do I need to? What do you need?
That's an excellent question. So there's a lot of different moving pieces here right now. You want to come inside and meet everyone and like get the lowdown and kind of play from here? I think we're at a bit of a standstill. Or what would you like to do?
Yeah. Show me your new friends.
Okay.
Can we get a like Sailor Moon type montage of everyone? Magical girl moment.
Magical girl. Yeah. You guys see Juniper walks in with Myrtle here as described. You see Juniper has like blood running down one of them. Like their shoulder's like a little bit limp. They have like blood running down it right now.
Can Kel just be like, do I need to stab someone? Like, who the fuck is this?
They like bar their teeth at you and pull out a little dagger, and they're like, that could be interesting.
Okay.
Whoa.
Alright, I think there's been enough stabbing for the evening. Let's sit back. Let's chill a second. Hi everyone, this is Myrtle.
Hi, Myrtle.
Hi, Myrtle.
All of us are just.
Jesus Christ, this feels like an AA meeting.
It gets that vibe.
Get the knife in her hand and look back at Cal and be like, it's rude to pull out knives in people's houses when you don't know them. And smile at them.
They do like a little like bow, and they're like, didn't mean any disrespect, and put the knife away.
Nice. Well, damn, girl. I'll cast like mending to like over to Juniper, and like I'll do the rest of my like lay on hands. I think it was like 10 point. I guess you only had like 1 point, and then I'll cast mending so that your shirt is nice again.
I think it would be so funny if you stabbed them again with the magic knife.
I was thinking about like maybe I'll just take out
Just do it
the knife
again.
too. I can't find the knife stats on my character sheet, so I need to. Yeah, I can't remember how many like points it heals.
I think it's just a rebranded like cure wounds. If you would just want to round it like that.
Okay. Yeah, I think Julian, before he mends it, he's like, here you go. And just fucking, like, he, like, as he goes to, like, pat you on the back, like, it goes like this. And it kind of, like, cracks something in your spine a little bit, and you're like, oh, okay. And then he mends the shirt.
Thanks, Pops. That was probably a
Pops?
Yeah.
You say that?
Yeah.
Julian goes, what? What did you say? Huh? Maybe I misheard.
Okay.
Sorry. What?
Like, you know, like, you're a priest, right? So, father,
Oh. He's like unreasonably loud right now. He's like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, just like a slang for like priest, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's
I think-
not.
yeah.
good.
No?
I think Myrtle turns to you, Juniper, and is just like, High Priest of Umberly.
Yeah.
Nice
Yeah.
to meet you, I suppose.
Mm.
Nice to meet you, Pops. And then she sticks out a hand.
Julian puts out his hand. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Cool. You guys all laughing, giggling, kicking your feet, meeting Myrtle. Kartik, I think Myrtle comes up to you and was just like, I lost out on a good dinner because of you.
Oh.
I'm
Carter
okay
just
for
pulls
you.
an orange from somewhere deep in his pocket and hands it to Myrtle and is like, here you go.
Snatches it as like forgiven. Hey, I think you're next up in the list here. What is like on your mind right now about like end of the world? Anything you're like thinking of, anything you want to like look at or do in these times, in these trying times?
I'm curious about. I'm curious. It's like not pressing, probably. Like it's probably not the thing that they think she should be focused on. But she is curious about the whole situation with like Tides and Valkyr and that. I don't know. She's also gonna be more focused on the meeting, probably just because she's trying to figure out what the fuck she's gonna say to these people to help convince them that like the alternative to Umberly is so much better, because she doesn't even have like a shaped idea of like what the alternative to Umberly is right now.
Yeah. Give me like a little like wisdom saving throw about this, actually.
I love that.
Just about like how do you conceptualize like a post-revolution war when like what does that look like? How do you be like the harbinger of that?
Harbinger.
How am I figuring out how to convince everyone that I can be the high priestess of something that doesn't exist?
Right.
We'll help you with your resume.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, do I want to score high or low? And
What did you score?
17 without any mod.
That's fine. No, it was more just a like anxiety roll, honestly, of like scoring high, like you're keeping your composure, because this is like stressful what you're like sitting and thinking about. Like, are you able to like maintain composure and think about this like in a way that's like helpful and productive? I think Julian's mom comes up to you at one point, and it's just like, "Hi, dear. You seem stressed. I know you have. I think I heard mentions that you work at the. Oh, what's that little place called? The Sandbar, I think it was.
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
You know your way like around like preparing food and stuff. I have ideas of ways to make crystal jelly more palatable to people, and I was curious if I could use your help, and maybe like getting your hands on something might help you think through whatever's going on here, because this is a lot, and like
Yeah. Faye's
Yeah.
literally gonna jump at the opportunity and be like, I would love to help you so much.
absolutely. Yeah, you go into the like kitchen area with this like hot milk, and you see she has a bunch of like flour and like eggs and like chocolate out, and also like a big bowl of like crystal jelly as well. And she's like, I'm trying to figure out how I can put this. Holds up the crystal, like just a massive thing of crystal jelly, and like takes a little hit of it, and is like, put it into these things to make it like a yummy treat, instead of just like having a bowl of like
Yeah.
goop out. I feel like we can make this a little bit better.
Edibles. Not literally. You know who to call.
Yeah, I was gonna find like an apron and be like, I feel like I have a couple recipes we can play with.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me like whatever check you feel like making these edibles would be. And roll it with advantage.
Oh, let's go. Lovely map for me. 16 on the die.
16 on the die. Yeah, you whip up some delicious. What do you make, I guess, out of this?
It's like jelly.
Yeah.
Okay, kind of like, follow my vision. Okay, kind of like a mini like Pop-Tart thing. So like when you bite into it, it's like jelly, but the outside is like kind of like flaky, like a pastry.
Yeah.
So soft and it's like the same color. So it's like a little like rainbow pastry thing.
I love it. Yeah. Whip up these like cute little like small like are they square, round, like
Yeah, I'm gonna, in my brain, they're kind of like soft rectangles. So like they're kind of round in the corners. And then there's maybe like a little engraving of like the moon or like the moon with a flower. Something really simple in the middle.
yeah. You make these really beautiful like cute pastries. Julian's mom, did we find her name?
I can't find it. You can just call her Vera.
Vera, yeah. Vera's like, this is incredible. I appreciate your time so much. Thank you for yes, delicious. Thank you for your help with this. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Is there anything like, do you want to talk through your like thought processes on what's going to happen at the council, or do you have like, while you're like baking these things, you're in a relaxed state, probably because you're standing above a bowl of crystal jelly. But you could like make some checks with like advantage about like things you know and like trying to like organize all your thoughts here, basically.
I'm curious, right? If like you could use, because like the earrings were used as like to like give the memory to me or whatever. Could you then like, if I were baking these pastries, could I like bake a memory into them with the jelly?
Yeah, I think so, because like you know the crystals are like a part of like the same flower that like the jelly comes from. So it makes sense that you could probably like maybe like transfer the like
The
memory into the jelly you're baking here. Give me like a little like arcana check with advantage for that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, because I'm thinking if I can just give everybody some pastries and be like, so here's the vision. So I don't have to explain anything to you.
Yeah.
You can make it for yourself and make your choice.
Freedom of information.
Twilight ending scene. Real in our campaign. Renesmee 2.0.
It's also a 16.
16? Yeah. Do you try one of the pastries once you're done to see like if it worked?
I'm a little curious, and also the last time that she took it, it was kind of fun. So.
Yeah.
You should give one to our stupidest group member, aka me, to see if it fully gets the point.
Yeah, I was gonna say you should have like a test audience.
I am gonna come out with like the little pastries that I've made on a platter for everyone, and I'm gonna be like, hey, I have an idea. These I dosed lower, so they shouldn't get you too horribly out of your mind. But I want to see if you take it and you see what I thought. Does that make sense?
You haven't even stopped talking and Kartik already has one in his mouth.
Yeah. How's it taste, Kartik?
Delicious.
Yeah. It gives very like, I feel like it'd be a very like citrusy, like floral kind of moment in it, like a nice like lemon lavender, like a nice like rosy flavor to it. Yeah, you have one of these. I think on a 16, they don't have as explicitly clear of a vision of like what you saw, like when you were like connected to the earrings dreaming that night. But I do think like the general like message gets across with it. Like I think it's enough that like they're not having like visions of something, but like they eat it and they're just kind of like overwhelmed with like a sense of like something.
Vibes.
Like, what do you think that vibe is that you kind of like imbue into?
Yeah, I would think maybe just like, So in the mind of Thea, like what she's learned is like the ocean is like a neutral force, much like the moon, much like anything else. Like we have forces of nature around us, and our power comes from working with them and tapping into them. So I feel like whenever Umberly took over, she kind of made herself the middleman. She like put herself as like a wall between like the ocean and like the rest of the people who have like access to that power. And so, and like I think that like the message that she would just mostly want everyone to understand is like that individual connection that you have to the ocean and to your power and to your land or whatever, that is yours. It belongs to you. And she is the obstacle of it by her own making. So if we can unmake her, that would be great.
Yeah. Kartik, you eat one of these pastries and you get that message. Roll me an insight check.
Okay. 19. I'm like, holy shit, I finally understand.
Yeah. You eat it and like this is just such an explicitly clear message that you just received. And I think on this as well, like taking this pastry and having these thoughts about like basically like Umberly
Scared.
took control of the ocean and didn't like it's not something innate to her. Like it's this like communal thing that you can share, you can work with it, and you don't have to be afraid of it. Like I feel like you feel a little bit of shift in your rage here. And like mechanically I'm not going to make you do wisdom saving throws anymore. This kind of like clears that effect for you.
Yay! Oh my god, you
Like-
cured Kartik.
You kind of feel like a little bit of like a weight lift off your shoulders or like a tightness in your back, like as like you just come to like realize that like, oh, that's right, like Umberly didn't give me this power, like this has always been mine. It's just she's been like controlling me and like utilizing me and yeah.
A Thea moment, bro. Certified.
Common Thea WTBH.
Yeah. Seems like the pastries work.
Great. Awesome. Yeah, I'll probably just make more of those before we go to the council.
Just like produce these like delicious little pastries.
Nobody's gonna say no to pastries.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, you and Julian's mom, you guys have a lovely moment in the kitchen baking with a MILF, like making just like hundreds of pastries in here.
Yeah.
Baking with the milk.
Yeah, I think that's. Is there anything else Thea's thinking about, or are we okay to move on to like?
She's gonna like look at Jillian's mom with a very like sweet smile and be like, now if you want to keep mass producing this recipe, I do expect just a small portion of what you make off of it. But I'm totally fine to hand it over to you.
Yeah, that seems fine. We could do like 10% base for you. And then like maybe if you guys are curious about selling them at the sandbar, we can navigate a more
We'll figure that out later. Yeah.
Business thinker.
Yeah.
not
and
in the
then-
place for business right now. She takes like another huge scoop of this crystal jelly. Like
Exactly. Yeah. Thea just like winks and is like, we're good. Yeah, we got this.
remind me of this later. And she like kind of like glosses over. She starts having the like tears come out of her eye, but she's like in the motion, like memory, like muscle memory now of like pressing down these pastries into the shape, and it's just like starts like a machine, like conveyor belt kind of thing, but it's just her like running all these pastries out. Cool. We move away from here. We have Kartik and Julian are up next. Kartik, is there anything you're like focusing on right now?
Well, I think now that the like haze of Umberlee's influence that's been over me for quite a while has lifted, and I'm back with my family and like the events of the day, I think mostly Kardic's just like fucking exhausted, like ready to take
Yeah,
like a 12-hour nap, but like he knows there's other things that need to be done. Um,
for
so I think
sure.
the thing probably most on my mind is the whole Valkyr boat situation.
Yeah,
And just kind of like, where are we on that? Like, are we ready to? I want to see what this guy looks like. Like, let's freaking release him.
yeah. Um, I guess first and foremost, hanging out, you notice like the fire is running again by the fire pit. Will you just give me like one last like wisdom saving throw?
Yep. That was a 17.
17. Yeah, I will say like you're sitting there for a second and goalie just kind of like lands in your lap, not on your shoulder, and you see he just kind of like collapses into your lap to take a nap there. And
Aw.
you just feel like all that like weight lift off your shoulders, but also that like exhaustion here. And I think on that, like you hear just like a banging on the door.
Dun, dun, dun.
You see Divya like jumps up and she's like, "It's okay, I can grab it. You seem comfy here."
A little knackered.
A little knackered. And you see as she like opens the door, you see Oxen there who like is somehow back. She said she needed like 2 days to do this, but is like looks insane. Like hair's like sticking out every angle, like glasses are crooked, like she looks like filthy dirty. She's covered in like scorch marks and burn marks and like dirt and filth and just looks like insane, but she's like holding like a little book and she's like, yeah, exactly. She's holding like all these papers and shit and she's like, I magic crazy stuff. I feel so high right now. I think I did it. But, like I need to know better what you guys want from this so I can make it do exactly that. But like, okay.
We have to figure out how to bring Valkyr back in a way that doesn't make him a threat to us, right?
Yeah. I guess like what does that mean for you guys though? Are you wanting to like bring him back as like an individual, as a person with like, do you want him to have his magic? Do you want him to not have the magic? Do you want him to be does Oxen know about Valkyr being the boat? Yes, she does. I think she figured that out. Does you want boat forever, or like do you want like
Ooh, make him a guy. Make him a guy.
you want guy in
With-
magic where?
No power.
Uh,
Make him just like a regular guy.
Okay, regular guy,
magic.
some dude,
Some
boat
dude.
with magic, or boat here, magic here, or like where's the crossover here?
Where does the magic actually? Yeah. What can we
Where
do?
do I put the magic? There's so much I think.
Can we
that
just
there's
like
gonna be
release
so
it back
much.
into like the fabric of the universe or whatever?
Will the universe explode?
We need that one activity that's just a whiteboard. Here we go. Here we go. Draw this out.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
You have to scroll down.
Okay, so we have how do I draw? How do I draw?
I don't know.
Okay, so we have
Moving for me.
Valkyr, and then you have a boat, and then you have magic. And we could put the magic with Valkyr, but then Valkyr has the magic, right? Or we could put the magic with the boat, but then the boat has the magic. Or you can leave it separately with just in our like little island here. But like if we do that, then it's just here, and I don't know what happens to it because the magic is just everywhere all at once. But if you don't want to do that,
Can we get you part of the magic?
like
I don't know. Can you split up the magic? Is that a silly question?
yes, but I need a place to put it.
I don't know.
Be-
Thing.
yeah. Do you want you want human, no magic?
I
With
want
Valkyr,
Walker to
specific.
not be a threat. So I don't know what that means. Like, he doesn't have to be. I don't have a preference on how he is, just so long as he's not a threat, but also ideally available in a way that people understand him, so that like they don't believe in really as much anymore. That's my thought.
Like, where did
So-
his magic
Guys, I
come
have a
from? Why can't we
crazy
just
idea.
put it back where it was before he had it?
I think that's releasing it back to the.
Yeah. I think we've talked a little bit about this before about like Valkyr origin is basically like well, I guess have we talked about this at all? Have you guys gotten Valkyr origin?
No,
I don't think so.
Valkyr lore?
I don't think we have actually.
Okay. Oxen goes to talk to you guys and is like, okay, basically quick rundown of how Valkyr came to be a thing, right? Is because he was just some dude. He was just some sailor, but he was really good at it. And he like basically started having these trends of like he never got into a boat accident, he'd never lost a sailor, and people just really started to believe that he had some kind of like divine like sailing power, that he was like blessed by something, some spirit, something to be like safe on the seas, like a sense of safety. So everyone was basically like, oh my god, let me sail with you, Valkyr. And then people just kept believing in him, and as we've learned, as people continue to start believing in a thing, the thing gains more power. And so basically people just kept believing in that. He kept recruiting people onto his one ship, into 2 ships, into 3, into 4, and then into like all the ships in the area started to believe that they were like kind of like a part of like Valkyr's like divine sense of like safety. And then and so as they believed that he has this like divine sense of safety, he started to get that power. There, sorry. He started to get that power.
This feels like kind of like the plot of any adventure movie ever, but can we put it into like a singular device, like a compass or something?
Yeah, like
Well,
does
like-
it have to be something living, or could we make like a Pinocchio and
Has
there's
to be
magic in it?
hold the actual amount of magic, right? Like, can one?
Yeah.
Like, in theory, like I don't think like magically speaking, I don't think it holds like a weight. So I don't think it's like a device has to be have certain attributes to hold it. It's more just like where you want it. Kind of in my brain, what I'm thinking is like we either like just tear Valkyr out of there. What do we need that man for anyways? Right? Because it's like just the idea of being safe on the sea. I feel like you could imbue that into something else, like you guys are saying. Like you could just leave it in boat, like leave it in this boat. Also, like, what if you just put it in the pier?
I was gonna say, could you just put it in the pier and like all of the boats? You know what I mean? Like put his
Yeah.
boats in general. Like,
Yeah.
Like I think that's something we could do. Like get a bunch of like nails or something and imbue all this sense of safety into it, and then like distribute that, or like, or we could just like let it disperse by itself, maybe. But I don't know. Like, yeah.
If it dispersed by itself, would it explode? Is the question, right?
Would be fun to learn.
Yeah, we could go out in the middle of nowhere and just release it, I guess.
So,
What'd you say?
so like Oxen's like covered in fucking scorch marks. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we did that, actually, could we do something with the magic, like to Umberly?
Can we
Like,
put the magic in the moon?
A sense of safety in the moon.
like the moon. Whenever the moon's out, you sail safe with the moonlight.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, give that power to the
Like navigation in the
The
stars.
moon people?
yeah.
We could do it in like
Like-
that.
Yeah, like
Combine
is there...
it with the power that we're already trying to like make a thing.
Like, transfer the power to the thing that we want it to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can put this wherever you want it.
Yeah.
I think the moon would be sick, personally.
Personally.
Basically,
Because the moon is
my
the new
plan is
god that like.
whenever you. Sorry, go ahead.
But, sorry, I was just gonna say the moon is the new like source of like power or worship that we're trying to like get people to turn to, basically, right? So like, wouldn't that help our case if we could be like, it now has Valkyr's power?
Well, not so much that like the moon is a place of worship as like the moon is just like a source of force in like nature, and that's a thing
Right,
that you
right.
can appreciate.
And the ocean is also that. Mostly what
And
we're
the-
trying to make people understand is the ocean is also that.
Basically, the point is gods aren't real, and we should kill all
Right.
of them.
I mean, yeah.
What the fuck is going on in this one?
I'm gonna be so honest, I am listening to this, but I'm also so distracted by whatever's going
I'm trying to focus and follow.
Dude, I haven't been able to see it this entire.
Juno, is this you that's like drawing all this?
It might be a little bit, yeah.
So basically, my plan is I'm pulling Valkyr out of the boat, and I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna kill him there, unless one of you want to kill him. But I think that man should be dead. He sounds terrible.
He
And then-
sounds terrible.
I agree. We should put the magic somewhere else. And I like the idea of it being in a place where everyone can take advantage of it. So like the pier, the stars, something like that. And if it can attack Umberly, like maybe we can make like a mega weapon out of it. But I also think just like dispersing the magic as is would like greatly weaken her.
Moon laser?
Like just anywhere that anyone can access it. That's the goal in the long run.
Yeah, I think like
So
Julian also probably pipes up and like he's like there are books and stuff on like sailing with the stars, like using that as the navigation. So I think if you are wanting to come back to nature and you're still wanting that like safety of from the nature, like ships like safety, I think that would be a great idea to give it to the sky. Yeah.
I like that idea.
Okay.
And maybe like we could disperse it in such a way that like, you know, maybe it's not all reaching because Valkyra is not like all reaching, obviously. Like he's not like a universal god to like the entire world, I'm assuming. But it could be over the skies of Treth, and that could also bring great prosperity to the kingdom and the surrounding islands because everyone knows that their ships are going to be safe under these skies.
That's beautiful, and that's a beautiful thing to present at the meeting. So I agree. I think we should do that.
Okay.
Okay. The moon.
Oh,
Did-
you-
What's
Yeah, no.
Are we doing a moon laser?
No, not a weapon.
Okay. Just good vibes in the moon.
Yeah, because I don't see how we can turn his magic into.
Wait, I actually do have. We might. I'm not like. I think Julian also says too. I'm also not discounting the weapon idea because we do need to figure out what we're gonna do with Umberly and imbuing it into some sort of like sword, or I don't know if he like turns to Ox and he's like, I'm not sure the laser thing is gonna work. I'll be honest, but like if we do it in like some sort of like sword or like dagger or something like that, would that potentially?
Can we do it into a weapon and then break up that weapon and put it
Like
into
weapon? Yeah.
Like something like a telescope with like multiple parts or something. Not a telescope, that's not a weapon, but like, you know what I mean.
Maybe like forge it into a new weapon and then take it apart back into like something.
Well, is the fact that his power will be that everyone will harm her? Like,
I think I can
Yeah.
put it in a weapon, but yeah, I think the congregation of that power into a couple items sets you up for like issues down the line. But like, I think there's a way we could utilize this to get like a big attack on Umberly or like help like weaken her. But if you want just like a sword or something, I can do that too.
yeah, because I don't want to put it into one object and then that object be like the thing that, like, turn this into One Piece, you know?
It's a fucking One Piece, bro. This is the prequel to One Piece, actually. I mean, yeah, like.
So I don't know how to do it.
So basically, I think if we do whatever we're gonna do to Valkyr nearby Umberly, like I think you're gonna get a little boom of magic no matter what happens, even if we're trying to contain it. Like you're gonna get some overflow, and I think, in theory, since Valkyr's magic exists in oppositions to Umberly's, that could damage her quite a bit.
So
Okay,
we need to
so
kill Valkyr close to Umberly.
Or just like transition of power near
Okay.
her. Like
the
move
ocean.
the magic around.
Like if we did this ritual by the ocean, it would hurt her.
I think so, in theory, yes. I think the release of the magic would be enough to be like an attack on her. Like a very clear, explicit, like.
So that's how we could start the attack on her?
yeah, that's true. That could be the first like shot or whatever, like theoretically. And then she's already coming into this fight hurt.
I mean, yeah, so, because that could be, like, the thing, like, we go to the meeting, and then we, like, you know, they have the pastries, they're, like, persuaded or whatever, we do whatever we have to do at the fucking meeting, whatever that is going to look like, I have no idea. And then afterwards, we could be like, okay, here's what we can do for Tref, like, for the interest of everyone here, and that is release, like, the power that was once held by Valkyr. But in doing so, you have to be very clear, like, this is taking a stand against Umberly. Like, she will not respond to this lightly, and her response will be immediate. Like,
Yeah. As soon as you do this, she's gonna try to kill everybody.
right.
Okay, cool. I can do that. Okay. I'm gonna take a nap. And then I'll do that for you.
Sleep and shower.
Real.
So much time.
Yeah.
Immediately
Wait,
gets up into a ball in front of the fireplace and is out.
So wait, sorry, what did we decide on? I'm confused still.
Is that what we're doing? Sorry. That was like posed as a conversation with Oxen, but that is like a question to the whole group. Does that seem to be our plan?
Can you
I
say
think
it again,
it's-
please? I didn't understand what you were talking about.
Okay. So like we go to the meeting
Okay.
and then we like make our case there or whatever. We get all the people to turn against Umberly in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then that is the thing that we offer. They're like, and in doing so, like what happens is we can like guarantee like safety of sailing on the ocean for Trust by like releasing it back into like doing the ritual in that moment. But then we do have to let everyone in the council meeting know
Okay.
by siding with us by doing this, you are taking a stand against Umberly. Her reaction will be immediate and it will be like swift. Like she will know that you are against her right now.
Yeah, I think Julian also says, like, I think that's a good idea. I think also he's like, I don't want to be a downer about that either, but you might be underestimating how much people fear Umberly. So, I think we really have to make a very good case for everybody to be okay with that.
Yeah.
But he also says, I think, like, this entire time has been on borrowed time anyway, so I do believe this is keeping with the theme of the last 10 days. And we've gotten this far, so I don't really see why we couldn't do that either.
I think as you say that, Myrtle's just like, well, I don't think you were scared of Umberly too, but you're still here.
I would argue you were the most scared of her. You were her high priest. Like...
Yeah,
I'm the most
God, that
scared
rules
of her.
with love.
Huh?
Pops, you were scared.
I said she doesn't seem like the kind of god who rules with love.
no.
Also, I put all these drugs to help convince these people to be like.
I'm not arguing with you on it. Like, I'm not. I'm just saying, like,
I don't like. What
Yeah.
else? You guys have any alternative plans of how we should do this?
No, I think that makes sense. I think that's probably our best bet.
Yeah, I mean, Julian's on board with it.
I'm just curious. Like, I don't know. Nobody else offered an idea, and that was the only one that came to me. So.
Yeah.
Kai says we could just do nothing and let her kill all of us.
I mean, that is an option, I guess.
I hate your boyfriend so fucking much. I want you to know that.
Did you say that out loud, or?
She
Oh.
like looks at him and then looks at you just very pointedly and then doesn't say anything. Like, doesn't acknowledge it. Like, anytime that she has to look at him, it's a waste of her eyes.
I think Julian says very gently, he goes, well, if that was the plan all along, I probably just would have done that 10 days ago.
Yeah, that's fair.